The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, pull my devil trigger.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast where we are going to be on time with reviews for the next little while, I hope. I am your host, Caleb.
Also Caleb.
And Cameron.
And today, Cameron and I, and of course Craig, will all be reviewing Devil May Cry 5.
Hell yeah.
It's a game assigned to Cameron and myself, so our scores will be the only ones that count, but we'll put Craig's up for consideration. Glad we finished this one on time. Mm-hmm. I mean, I finished it like 2 months ago, but...
No, it was not a hard game to finish.
No, it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fast little game.
Did you play it on human?
I played it on the normal difficulty, not the easier one.
That one's the normal one.
Yeah.
Nice. So you finished it yesterday, is that right? Or
I finished it on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So you were ready for when the episode would have normally happened.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I was drinking instead.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm also sorry for you guys having to wait while I finished my last podcast up.
It would have been also fun to head up to Salt Lake City and be waiting for you at quarters, too, because it's a lot of fun and full of video games. And one especially that I want us all to play.
We should do that. We should do an episode up there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going up there and recording. The game that I want to play is free on Wednesdays, but that's also when it's going to be hard to get screen time with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should not do Wednesday then.
Yeah.
We should do like Saturday. But
well, I have Memorial Day off. We could do Monday.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. But anyway, before we do any of that, guys, what have you been playing this week, Craig? What do we got?
I've been playing some Legend of Dragoon, some more Octopath Traveler.
How are you liking that Octopath?
It's all right. Its entire story, quote unquote, is basically just like the last half of Final Fantasy VI, where you go to like gather all the characters and then you experience their little story thing before they join you. It's basically the entire thing.
Okay, so you are going to do all of it?
Yeah. I don't think you can do it, like finish the game without getting everybody.
Okay.
Because like when you get a new character, all the other like areas level up a little bit, so that area becomes another tier higher. So like all your characters can level up more.
Yeah.
So because in order to experience chapter 2 of one character's specific story, it's like immediately at like level 24 or something like that. So you have to be prepared before you like go further into the game.
All right. One of these days I'll play that.
Yeah. I'll have it done soon.
Yeah, that doesn't matter though.
Played a little bit of Warframe with Cam and Branny. Played what was that? What was the thing we played with A4?
Jackbox TV.
Oh, Jackbox. That's right. Okay, yeah. We played a game on there that was called Quiplash, which was pretty fun.
Yeah, we got a few listeners on. We almost had the max capacity for the game too. That was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Really funny.
It's basically like apples to apples and Cards Against Humanity. It gives you like a couple questions and then you write in your own answer.
Yeah, so basically it gives you just the question, and then you're supposed to just write your funniest answer, and I think your character limit at most is like 64 characters. Yeah. So you have to have a concise, funny response to those questions.
Yeah, and then...
and of course, being who we are, it was mostly dick or cum jokes, so...
It literally turned into that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Let's see, what the fuck else did I play? I played some Dragon Ball Fighters. And I think that's it. I think that's all I played.
All right, well, only those 12 games. Cool. What about you, Cameron?
Less than 12.
I played. So this last week was my work conference, and so I was busy a lot during the middle of the week. I did go to that bar we were talking about earlier and played that Killer Queen game, the real-time strategy game where it's 5v5. A lot of fun to be had in that game. And then a lot of Devil May Cry, and then some Warframe, picking that back up, and not really much else besides that. Played like a moment of Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered.
Oh yeah, I played some of that with you guys.
Nice.
That
Online,
Jackbox TV.
Yeah.
Have you started the campaign in that thing?
I started it.
No, okay. I was thinking about starting it.
I mean, it'd be a quick game to run through for a game beat.
Yeah, it would.
That one's not very long, is it?
No.
It's only like half as long as 2 was.
And if you want to get a plat, can't you get a plat on it?
Yeah.
You can get the plat. I don't think it has any multiplayer trophies.
Well, there you go.
I think they're all for the single player campaign. Just like
I think there's some
finding intel
for
and
like
shit.
prestiging. I feel like.
Was there?
Yeah, I think
I'll
so.
have to look at the list again.
What about? I don't know.
The lack of sleep.
The lack of sleep. Yeah, sorry, I'm starting to doze here. Is that all you played though?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I played.
Okay. I did a lot of Mystic Quest. Like I played 23 hours of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest this week.
Played the shit out of that.
Yeah, I played the shit out of it. I also played Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call, and I played Final Fantasy 4 Heroes of Light a little bit. I went back to Curtain Call after I beat it. It's actually really fun. And do you want to? When are you going to take that one, Greg? Are you going to do that after? I guess probably after fucking. I keep wanting to say Bravely Default, but I know it's not that.
Octopath.
Yeah, Octopath. It's another FF ripoff game.
Yeah, I'll play it after I plow through Octopath.
Okay, it's a pretty fun one. It only takes like 12 hours. But I played the shit out of those. I don't think I touched anything else. Conan is... Okay, so I think our server is dead, right, Ken?
No, 100%. Yeah, you didn't pay for it, so everything we've worked for has been for naught. So.
Yeah. So just so you know, what should we do at this point? Should we just
so the plan is we're going to bring it back up, but fuck all that grinding. We're just going to get back in. I'm going to set up a admin password, set everyone at the level they want to be at, and then we'll just either beat the game
You can
right away.
set people at levels?
Yes.
If you're an admin, you have that power. I found out.
That's
that's
a lot of power. Just be somebody grinds all the way to 60, be like, level 40.
I just looked at the fucking rules of the server and then the UI within the game itself. I'm like, why didn't anyone ever fucking come across this?
No,
This is actually,
I knew about it.
I mean, if you know the admin password, like all the both of you knew, you could have had the power of God right away.
Yeah. But
You
I
had
didn't
that
want to
power,
play
Craig.
it that way.
Right, and so that's why I
I
didn't
didn't have
mention
the
that.
power. I did.
No, you did. You knew what the admin password was. Which doesn't matter anymore. It was the Nude Clan is God.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And so you have the power of being the
I'd have
God.
to log into freaking Schweiss's Facebook thing, though.
No, you can do it
You
through
can do
the
it
server itself.
straight through. You could have just
You
booted
told
up.
me I had to log in through your
Of course
Facebook.
he did. He didn't want you to know how.
No, I told you the
Fucking
access
asshole.
to access the server.
But all those server settings on the server can actually be done easier through the UI if you have the admin password. And all it took was just like a second of sitting down and fiddling with it, and you have everything right there. Anyways, so we can get everyone back together who wants to, and those of us who want to beat the game can beat the game, and then we can just open it up for just clan wars, where the whole focus is to build up forts and to fight each other.
Yeah, we want to turn on that purge, too, for a little bit.
Yeah, so we do want to do the
After
purge.
I rebuild my fortress and get my thrall army back. Fuck you, by the way, for doing that to me.
What I did for Nude Clan. It was consuming us, Greg.
I had so many... Dude, I had fucking over 40 thralls in my fucking fortress.
I don't know what would happen if we reached peak RAM, but we were just about there.
I had a fucking
I
huge
don't know
fortress.
If we could buy more
I
RAM, 'cause
had
I'm pretty sure we only had 8
3
gigs of RAM available. for us
giant
to use.
walls protecting
Greg.
my area. I had fucking 40 thralls, and I had so many greater beasts that were just waiting to tear
Craig and I
people
had-
apart.
So I came up with the plan. It's pretty easy to come up with once you know about it, but you just the way to take in thralls is to use thralls to help you. You give them your thrall beat sticks.
You give them the fucking
you then
truncheons.
you then kite whoever you want to kite over, and just have your thralls beat the dude down.
The hard
it's
ones
insane.
are fucking archers, though.
Yeah.
Because they don't come running after you.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I would have eventually turned Craig. I would have kicked Craig from the clan and watched as his beast devoured him. That would have been the end game.
I honestly thought about leaving the clan before I built my thing, just so that you wouldn't have the ability to control my fortress.
The problem with that, though, is that all of those thralls belong to the clan. So if you leave the clan, they
No,
fuck
it would
you
be
up.
before that. I gathered all of those thralls at that fortress.
And so
It
what
doesn't matter.
you would need to do?
It would
Craig,
matter twice.
is-
They would be mine.
Is break all the thralls, keep them in the inventory, leave the clan, and then set the thralls.
Yeah, I don't think set
Once
thralls
they
can
are
be
set, they
changed.
don't.
No, I made those thralls.
Yeah, but
I made them all at that fortress.
Yeah, but see the way we have.
so
to
if I
set
had
up-
left,
But those thralls are nude clan thralls.
Yeah.
they wouldn't have been Nude Clan thralls.
I think they would have
yeah,
been.
100%.
No, they wouldn't have been. If I left the clan before I made my fortress and then gathered all of
Oh,
those
well,
thralls,
yeah.
they would have been mine, not yours.
But
No.
that's-
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. I built them all there
But
at the
you
fortress.
were in the clan still.
At the time, yes.
Well, yes, but you can't just quit the clan. They'll kill you. They'll rip you
They
apart.
would have if I did it afterwards.
Well, yeah, but you did. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying. Okay, never mind. Yes, if you did it after you left, they would be yours. But would they be able to withstand our thrall armies?
Yes. Yes, they would have. I had multiple beasts that had over 8,000 health, and all of my dudes were like at tier 3.
I think,
And I had some named dudes in there too.
I think we need to do pitched battles and like overcome each other's castles and shit.
Yeah, that's the thing we're gonna have.
Yeah, I'm excited to do that. I kind of don't want to play the game anymore though. After the server died, like, although I was kind of
It is a rough loss.
I was kind of feeling done before. Once we cheesed the gathering, it didn't feel like it was like fun to me. I don't know. And it's not that resource gathering is fun. It's just that it felt like we cheapened the entire experience.
I mean, we cheapened
leading
it
up
from
to
the
that
beginning anyway. So
yeah, minutely. Nothing compared to like,
minutely, dude. The fact that we had the advantage to just teleport our shit on death is a huge advantage.
yeah, that's true. But I mean, it's not as bad as like one swing on an iron node and getting 20 iron. From
Well,
it.
considering it would take us literally hours to gather all of that shit just to convert it into like a few bars of steel, and then even further to like convert all of those bars of steel into like 2 bars of hardened steel. I don't even want to think about how much shit we're gonna need to make the fucking like star metal.
I've done my grinding. I'm done. I'm gonna play to beat the game,
Yeah.
and then it's all gonna be about the wars and clan activities afterwards.
That's the problem. Like, I want this to be our game, but we can't. We just can't have it our game. We have other games we have to play for the podcast.
Yeah, we don't have that amount of time to dump ass anymore.
We should just dump ass and make do a season off of Nude Clan where it's just Nude Clan Exiles season, you know? So like,
no, we do have the podcast still going, but it's very much more infrequent, and the name of it is Nude Clan in Exile.
yeah. And it's like Archer Vice, you know, like he goes all 80s for a while. It's like that where we just do Exiles.
Where he goes into the fucking coma
Where we
and then he
focus
like
on
dreams other shit.
We focus on moving our lives forward without having to worry about playing games all the time, and then just play 1 or 2 games that we've always wanted to play and to dump ass in. New Clan in Exile.
Yeah.
That's a great way to kill our show too.
It'd just be like a separate thing, like After Dark.
No, not another
We
fucking
can't have
podcast. We can't add more.
No, it would just take over for After Dark for a little while. Since we fucking like didn't have questions this time.
Well, yeah, once. After dark. We can do it.
After dark.
Anyways,
Yeah. No.
idea for the future.
Yeah. You don't want to do more podcasts, Cameron? You only have one.
2, if you count New Clan After Dark.
Yeah, that's just part of the same podcast feed,
Yeah.
though.
You know, I don't know if I want to do more podcasts. Maybe. It's just, how much more time do I need to invest in games and in podcasts and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, if you're playing Nude Clan, if you're playing Conan Exiles anyway, you might as well just
No one
talk
wants
about it.
No one wants a Nude Styles podcast.
You don't know that.
No one wants a Nubiles podcast, guys.
I think everyone wants it. They just don't know it yet, Cameron. We just 2 months later, like the podcast gets like 5 downloads a week and like no Patreon. We're like, fuck, fuck, man, fuck. We're out of money.
Okay,
I don't
guys,
know.
this
I've
is
seen
where
like
this is
some
where your
YouTubers who
this is
are
where the
only
listeners'
playing
vote
Conan
counts.
Exiles. So some
Yeah,
people
but are
enjoy
they-
it.
Yeah, but how big are their channels, Greg?
I don't know. I
They're
haven't
not.
actually looked at how many subscribers
They're
they
not
have.
big.
It's a big game right now, dude. It's there are a lot of fucking people streaming that game. Like it's insane every single time I look at it.
I was thinking about different ways we could format Nude Clan just so we can get more games reviewed, but I don't know if I want to just have one whole part of the podcast dedicated to just one game.
That's why we go on hiatus and Nude Clan Exile.
That would be the streaming days where we exile ourselves to Twitch because that's the only real way to keep things going.
To keep it alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those who will go on Twitch, though. But
For those that Twitch works for.
yeah, Cameron would be fucked.
Well, he could be in the party chat while we play.
That's true.
No,
I think it's a fucking great idea.
I think it's a swift death to something that we've worked on for so long.
A swift death to a multi-year project.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe it'll be amazing. You never know until you try, Cameron.
Maybe we just get way bigger.
Yeah, what if we become more than we ever could have dreamed?
What if
being
we-
Nude
what
Clan
if we
Do
just-
the Conan Exiles.
What if we just make a Minecraft podcast?
Yeah.
I do have Minecraft on my fucking Xbox.
Who doesn't have Minecraft? I don't, but most people
I
have
don't.
Minecraft.
I don't have it.
It's the second highest selling game of all time, so Yeah, I don't know. That would be fun to do, though. It wouldn't be great for the audience, but you know what I mean. Like, is it I feel like we used to have our games. We'd have our games that we would play,
and then we would get super good at certain games.
Yeah, we would get really into those games, and then we would eventually move on. But now it's just like jack of all trades, master of none, almost with a lot of these games.
I feel like with our old crew, our old team, we could have made a fucking solid kick-ass Overwatch team.
Yeah,
I think we would have dominated the fuck out of that game.
it's too bad it wasn't out, huh? Too fucking bad.
That and Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six is fun. Yeah, we still have freaking multiplayer games that we play occasionally, but we don't have a game, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the game that we just get obsessed with. We do the Conan Exiles.
we did
with.
get obsessed with Conan Exiles.
Well, it's different though. Like a game that we got obsessed with, I would say, where the clan was created. Back in the Black Ops 2 days, Black Ops 1 days,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
where the obsession was fine. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
getting in the way of anything, per se.
Correct.
And that's why it's different now.
Not getting in the way of playing other games. Life doesn't count at that point.
No, it doesn't, yeah. Life never counts. So, yeah, that is it for my games beaten. The real question, though, some would say, or played, sorry, the only question, would he beat a game this week?
yeah, I beat Dragon Ball Fighters and Warframe.
You beat Warframe?
Yeah, I said that I was going to count it after I 100%ed it, and I did.
So you didn't beat. So I feel like
Cam, in story-wise, I'm way past where the original game was. Like, way past it. because they only had like 3 planets originally, and I'm like 7 or 8 planets in.
Yeah, but this is a
and
game
I 100%ed the trophies for the base game.
100% of the trophies, all of which just say get to level 30 with this type of weapon, or do blah 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 with this.
It
type
also
of
says
weapon.
play
And
for
there's
10 hours. I've put my time into that game. I know how that game works. I can consider it fucking beat, considering it's a never-ending, evolving game. There's
Sounds
no
like-
fucking ending to that game. It's a fucking MMO.
It sounds unbeatable to me.
So that's why we got to put a place on it. And I said when I was going to count it beat when I 100%ed all the trophies, and I
There's
finally
like
did it.
only, I looked at the trophies. There's like 10 of them.
And
It's
I
not
got
even
'em
that
all.
hard.
I got them all.
All right. Well, I think I'm not gonna. I don't.
I can't really say one way or the
I mean,
other.
you can count it after you get to where like it ended, fucking the original release, but that's just like after you get past like Mars, which is super fucking early on.
I don't know.
That's like less than 10 hours. That's less than the gold trophy for that game.
I think certain listeners will have to weigh in on that.
There's no way to beat the story because the story keeps going.
Yeah, but in the past, when there was no way to beat stories, we wouldn't make a way to beat the story on some of them. Sometimes we just wouldn't count it.
We have to count everything.
Unless it doesn't count.
It does count. Everything counts. Everything counts something.
All right, Cameron.
Devil May Cry 5.
All right, DMC 5. I completed Curtain Call. And also
Cootie AM. Instead of Curtain Call.
I also beat Mystic Quest, so 2 Final Fantasies on the week for me. And the hog is as follows for the hosts. Caleb Craig in first place with 19 games beaten. I am in second place with 16 games. And Cameron, third place at 6 games completed for the year 2019. Guys, get your hog in. We're going to have Hog League at the end of this episode, so stay tuned for that. Let's check your standings, check your team ranks. I'm going to have all of that and so much more for you. Let's talk about Devil May Cry 5. Because we don't have any fucking questions this week.
Well, we don't do it on review episodes anyway.
That too.
Who dares interfere?
What's happening now? Oh, God. I thought it was over. This isn't good. We're gonna get dragged into this.
You will regret being born useless and human. I will show you your worst nightmares. I will give you despair and death.
Come here. If I don't return, you must run. By yourself, alone. You must change your name. Forget your past and start a new life. As someone else.
This trailer is really
A new beginning.
Do you think so?
I have plans for the both of you.
This is my last request.
Adam Driver.
Looks like we still got a long ways to go.
This is your legacy.
All right, Devil May Cry 5 is an action-adventure hack-and-slash game developed and published by Capcom. It's, of course, the 5th installment in the main series. They have a 6th one. What's the other one? The
DMC.
Is it DMC?
The one we reviewed, yeah. It's
So that
the
one's
Outlier.
That one's disconnected from the series, of course. This game initially released March 8th, 2019. It was directed by Hideaki Itsuno and soundtrack by Kota Suzuki. Craig, I know nothing of Devil May Cry lore after number 1. So, can you fill me in on Devil May Cry 4 a little bit before we talk about 5? Because I know Nero is in 4, and I think that's his introduction, right?
Yeah, it is. 4 doesn't really have anything, really. I mean, basically, there's like this cult that worships Sparta as like the ultimate savior of humanity because he's sealed off the demons from Earth, basically, while he was trying to defeat Mundus. And Nero is just a part of that cult. So, I mean, there's not really much to 4 other than like demons kidnap his girlfriend and then he like meets Dante, shit like that. So okay, so I don't need to play 4. Not really, no.
Okay, because I knew Nero was in 4 because the internet told me so, and I was like, who the fuck is Nero? And honestly, for some reason, I kept telling myself that Nero was Virgil. And it's not really for some reason. It's because he kind of looks like Virgil. And then, of course...
There was a reason for that.
He turns out to be Virgil's son. But this game takes place, I think it's 5 years after the events of Devil May Cry 4. And Nero has set up his own demon hunting agency based out of a van that he has given the name Devil May Cry as well. And yeah, this is kind of where it starts out. I mean, we have a new girl in the games. There's always like the Devil May Cry girls. They kind of remind me of like the Bond girls. You know, they're just like the sidekicks or the enemies. And this one, the girl, her name is Nico. She's the redneck, well, the trailer trash chick that kind of has your weapons and drives your ass around all the time. So, on April 30th, Nero runs into a dying demon who rips off his devil bringer arm and uses the devil arm to open a portal to escape.
Well,
and
the devil arm turns into something.
Yeah, the arm is actually the Yamato, which is
so was
Virgil's
it really his
birthright.
arm?
It was his arm. It's
so how did the
Virgil's
Yamato
sword.
become his arm?
Because it's a part of Virgil, and he basically gave it to Nero when he was born.
So Nero's devil arm
Virgil
became...
basically got fucked, and he hasn't been around basically since Devil May Cry 1.
Really?
Yeah, because you fight him like a shitload in the first game.
Okay.
And
he just kind of like disappears, and then he doesn't show up again until later.
So a couple days after all of this happens, you find some dude, this rando named V, who comes to the office to hire Dante, Lady, and Trish to kill a certain returning demon. So this is kind of like just kind of a return to the roots of the series. They always get like contracts at the Devil May Cry office dealio, and then they go take care of them. And you arrive in Redgrave City, and you kind of meet up with Nero, because you guys are all going after the same thing, which is a demon named Urizen. And he has planted a demonic tree called like, what is it, Keelofoth?
It's the Qyphoth.
Qyphoth.
And it's killing people to harvest these people's blood.
Qyphoth.
Yeah, quite 5.
So we try to attack Urizen, but he's way too strong and destroy us. And Dante basically gets fucked and gets ejected. He gets cast out of the fucking tree that's launched away. And
his
the chicks are
sword
captured.
rebellion is shattered. Did he get the rebellion sword in the 4? Or did he get the rebellion sword?
No, Dante's always had the rebellion.
Okay.
yeah,
It was his like birthright sword. Like when Sparta got fucked, he gave Virgil the Yamato, and Dante was the rebellion.
yeah, he's had that since 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 1 he uses the Force Edge, but I think it becomes a rebellion at the end. I can't remember though. But it's the rebellion in fucking 3, which is the prequel. So it's fucking bullshit.
It's just the rebellion. Then we just have to accept it, even though it's not.
Yeah.
So, fuck. What happens after that? So we have all the dudes. They meet up. They fight it. They lose.
Yeah. then they
Nero,
decide to-
Nero tries to join in to help Dante fight Urizen. He can't do it. V is like, dude, you're not fucking strong enough. We got to get the fuck out. And basically, it's just them trying to get back to the tree to kill Urizen again.
Yeah. It's a lot of I don't know. It seems like a lot of time passes, but like really, it's going pretty fast.
It's pretty much all within like the one day.
Yeah.
It's just at different like hours.
I
And
thought it was across a few days, right? Or is it all really just one day?
It might be a couple
it's-
days.
It gives you some backstory. So it is a couple days. So it like goes back in time to show you like what happened at a certain point. Then it jumps forward again. The story kind of goes all over the place. It like cuts you between Nero, V, and Dante. Basically, Nero's they all meet up again, and Dante gets his fucking sword back, his broken sword, and he sees that Virgil had separated himself because he figures out that V is just the human half of Virgil, and he used the
How long
Yamato to split himself.
How long into the game did you like go, oh yeah, V's totally Virgil?
Like 2 seconds.
Exactly. It's not even like a well-kept secret.
No, and
Even me, when I...
Devil May Cry has never really been subtle at all. It's very obvious. Like I literally, I read a companion novel to like 1, you know, so it's like more backstory and some stuff. And one of the characters in that book was named Gilver. It's literally just an anagram for Virgil, and it was totally just Virgil disguised.
So they've done this before, then.
Yeah.
So how
it's very obvious.
So explain Dante and Virgil a little bit. So how are they demons or are they human?
They're half
They're
demons
both.
and half human.
They're Niffle.
Their father Sparta was one of the great demons, and basically he fucked over the rest of the demons and sealed them in hell. And he had a human wife where he had the children of Dante and Virgil, but they were attacked. Virgil got kidnapped and was raised by demons to become like fucking evil, and Dante was raised basically as human.
Wait, didn't... No, never mind.
So are they stronger than demons then?
Yes and no. I don't know how that works. They have basically like their weapons are basically what enhance their devil skills.
Mm-hmm.
And in 3, they basically just meet up and beat the shit out of each other, and they just keep doing that every time they meet up. They just beat the shit out of each other. They just hate each other to the point where they just want to kill each other.
Okay.
Yeah. all the
Mostly
time.
driven by Virgil, because I think Dante doesn't really care about it that much, but Virgil definitely just wants to kill Dante.
It's that sibling rivalry, man. It's alive and well. I remember doing that in...
Which is why there's that one cutscene about Dante's mom, like looking for Virgil while she hides Dante, and he was like, "Dude, I had nothing to do with that. She was trying to find you too." Like he basically is like, Virgil hates Dante because he got to live basically,
Right.
while the other one was kidnapped.
Yeah, and so yeah.
Wasn't in DMC, wasn't he half angel, half demon?
Yeah, in the reboot.
I kind of liked that because that's what a what are they, Nephilim or whatever?
Yeah, Nephilim.
That's what a Nephilim is supposed to be. It's supposed to be half demon, half angel.
Yeah.
But in this one, they're just like, meh.
They're just half demons.
Half demon. Yeah, half demon, half normal. Yeah, so I mean, eventually you end up finding out about, like you said, Virgil's V, and V is like Virgil's human half.
Which doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense because they look nothing alike, and that really irritated me.
Yeah, V just looks like Adam Driver.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
And
just his emo human side has to pop out.
Yeah.
It really bothers me that he looks nothing like fucking Virgil or even Nero or anything. Like, they just...
So
I know they were trying to conceal who he was, but they weren't fucking... They're never subtle. I don't...
And then even
I don't get it.
When you pull V's devil trigger, his hair even turns white too. So
I know, it's fucking obvious. They're not hiding it well.
Yeah, I knew too, and I didn't even
And
know.
yeah.
And the whole cutscene, it's like, Virgil, where are you? Virgil, V.
Same fucking person.
V, have you seen Urgil? What about Virgil?
The rest of him is just Urgil.
Yeah, just Urgil. Yeah, where's that Urgil? Urgil's some like fucking hick.
I'm honestly surprised that
character.
that Urizen, which is just the demon half of Virgil, didn't like undergo some kind of fucking anagram name.
Yeah. He's the one who should have just been Urgil.
Yeah, the demon half is just Urgil.
Come on to my property, boy!
Urgil the demon. That would have been super funny, actually.
He's got like a banjo, just like laying out some tunes. That's how he deals damage to you.
Oh, man.
The old Urgil. Now get off my property, boy!
This is my Clyfoth. Get off my Clyfoth.
Oh, yeah, so basically he's raising the tree so that he can suck all the life out of the humans, their blood specifically, so
it's like some
will
fucked
bear,
up...
bear a fruit that will make
fruit.
demons way fucking stronger.
It's like a fucked up Aegisil, kind of.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Yeah.
It's
and then,
harvests people.
Yeah, and so that
It's
and
kind
they're
of the
trying
tree
to
of death, I guess.
Yeah,
It's the opposite.
They're trying
of
to
it.
stop it, and Dante like stabs himself with the rebellion, and it turns into the Devil Sword Dante, and he gets the Devil Trigger Sin, which is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Should have just replaced his regular Devil Trigger.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking awesome. He does so much fucking damage in that form, dude. Oh man.
The hardest thing for me in gameplay was to keep on a target when you knock them away or you just need to get to them. And then when you're in that Devil Trigger Sin form, it's just so easy to stay on top of them.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? Fuck you. You're gonna die. Like that fucking, the Cerberus boss got fucked so fast, dude. Oh, man, I love it.
Yeah, Cerberus boss. That was kind of a joke.
Yeah, it's, oh man, fucking Devil Trigger Sin is great. And then yeah, after he gets the Devil Trigger Sin mode, he like basically goes and fights Urizen again.
Yeah,
and
this time though, Nero is also connecting all the dots because Dante told him that Virgil's his father. It's Nero
because Dante has been trying to tell Nero not to go fight him. And he's like, why the fuck don't you want me to do this? And he's like, because he's your father, you fuck.
Yeah, this is like the opposite
God.
of God of War, where they don't want the son to kill the father. It's
Yeah.
like in God of War, they relish the son killing the father.
The in this game, the pot of queso, the cheese is just boiling over at this point.
See, that's something I actually really love about Devil May Cry. It's because like they're semi-serious, but they also know that they're not super serious, and so they can have the cheese, and it's fine. Like, you can see it in their fucking weapons. Like, the fucking Michael Jackson hat, the fucking motorcycle beat stick
The motorcycle
weapons.
was awesome.
It's amazing, dude. It's so fucking over the top. It's so fucking wonderful.
They can have their cheese and gargle it too.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking melty cheese, and they drink the shit out of it.
Liquid cheese. Yeah. So what happens after that? Yeah, he fuses with when he goes to kill Urizen. Urizen and V fuse back together into Virgil.
V's been losing his power, and so in order to keep living, he needs to fuse back with Urizen. So after Dante beats the shit out of him, he fuses, and then they just become regular Virgil again.
Yeah. So Adam Driver and the big demon turn into Virgil, apparently.
Yeah. And then Virgil's like, yeah, fuck you. And then they start fighting. And then he's like, you know what? I'll do it later. And then he leaves.
No.
And then,
so they're in the middle of their big fight. They're both fucking yanking on that devil trigger in this fight that they seem evenly matched in. And then only to have fucking Nero come in and then push him away. It's just like, I disliked every. Okay, I'll talk about my opinion about it later.
Well, yeah. So then, fucking Virgil fucks off, and so they got to chase after him. And then you end up fighting V's little dudes that he's been controlling the whole time: the Shadow, Griffin, and Nightmare, which were bosses from the first game, which I really enjoyed that they utilized in this.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I remember fighting those guys back in the day. And I thought that was cool that they included them in 5. That's been a long time. I
kind of wish instead of the Nightmare or whatever, it was just Phantom, the lava spider.
Yeah, and it's just a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah,
I love how the time between the last Devil May Cry and this game, the last linear Devil May Cry game, part of the canon, has been around longer than the Game of Thrones show. It's been longer than that. It was 2008, I think, for DMC4.
I think somebody on Twitter posted something similar when it was almost all of the Assassin's Creed games have been between Devil May Cry 4 and Devil May Cry 5.
Oh yeah, someone did tweet that. That's insane. That's fucking nuts,
There've been 21 Assassin's Creed games between those two games.
Yeah,
that's insane.
And DMC is probably better than most of those Assassin's Creeds, but
yeah,
that's how long this series has been around, and it's odd that they kind of just stopped after DMC4. I thought that was weird.
I think it didn't do that well in sales.
And that's one of the reasons why I didn't play it. I wasn't really that interested in it either. And story wise, I think Cameron and I both got along just fine in this game without that.
Yeah, that's one thing about Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
Devil May Cry, you don't really have to play any of the other games.
We all know why you're here, and that's to execute super smoking sexy combos. That's what
you
brings
appreciate
back.
the game more, definitely, if you have played the other ones, but it doesn't require you to at all.
Yeah. So you basically, you chase after Virgil after this, though, and you start fighting him, and it's a pretty even match, like we said, and then his son comes in.
Yeah, Nero jumps in and then stops the fighting. He basically knocks Dante away, and then Dante's just like, yeah, let's fucking watch.
Yeah.
And then Nero gets his devil trigger, and then he beats the shit out of Virgil, and then they just kind of something happens to the tree, and they gotta go to hell, basically, to stop it.
Yeah.
Because the Qyphoth is basically both in hell and on earth at the same time, and so they gotta go to hell to stop the demons from coming over or something. I can't remember what the end was.
Yeah, it was something like that. I love going to hell.
Dante and Virgil both end up stuck in hell fighting each other and demons endlessly is essentially how it ended.
Yeah. I don't know, what did you guys think of the story, Cameron?
The story served the gameplay very well. If you look too deep in the story, it can bother you, like it did me, how all those people died, this apocalyptic event and stuff. It wasn't about hell breaking loose back into the human world. It wasn't about breaking the chains that Sparta had set. It was all about fucking Virgil getting enough power so he could kill Dante. And
that's not entirely.
And once he eats the fucking forbidden fruit of power made by all the blood of all those dead people, he's still in his demon form is not stronger than Dante. And then when
but
Virgil
Dante got the fucking the devil trigger sin, which is like the god tier version of like
but then
everything.
When V fuses back into your Zen and becomes Virgil again, he has the same devil trigger form, the exact same, but blue instead of red. And now they're fighting on even. He's harder to fight as Virgil than he was as a fucking huge demon lord. So all this pain and trouble to make him even with Dante, to make him just as powerful as Dante. So he stalemates with Dante. And now we're looking at Virgil here, this fucking genocidal maniac mass murderer, and his fucking son Nero, who is a demon hunter, who fucking wants to keep the fiends of hell locked up and away, now has this fucking daddy issue where he's like, I won't let them kill each other. You're protecting basically this fantasy Hitler now. You know you are protecting your father, who is a fucking
fantasy Hitler,
cold-blooded
fantasy
genocidal
Hitler,
maniac.
fantasy Hitler League.
He just doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's not like going out of his way to commit genocide. He
went out of his way to commit genocide so he could be more powerful than Dante just to fight Dante. He killed millions of people for a brotherly
But human
feud.
life means nothing. Game.
And then human life means nothing to Nero, and human life means nothing to Dante, because after they had that familial moment where like, you can't fight each other now, because this kid is here.
Well, I mean, it's your...
And then both Dante and Virgil kind of like shrug it off. All right, I guess we'll go take down this Clyfoth now and, close the gate to hell. Might as well. See you later, kid. And then they both hop down in the fucking hole and cut the roots of the tree so they could fight each other in hell for however long. And then, they're fighting down there. They're not actually like, neither of them are putting hate behind it. They're just like, and now looks like a friendly competition, and it's fun now. And then they both turn to fight other demons. When demons come to fight them, then they both go fight the demons together. I thought fucking Virgil was raised by demons to become a tool of
He was raised
mass
by
destruction.
Mundus, the guy you kill in the first game.
And so does Virgil now hate demons as well?
No, he just doesn't care.
He's
the like fucking top of the food chain.
These devil
so
hunters.
is Dante. They have like no rivals. That's
these
the point.
These devil hunters are
They're
both Dante, all three of them. Dante, Virgil, and Nero all need to die in order to protect the inhabitants of the world. All three of them need to die. They don't care about human life.
No. See, because then who would protect humanity from the demons?
The demons won't be an issue if it wasn't for them to keep opening the fucking portals to hell.
That's not necessarily true.
So you kill two of them and leave one of them.
Fucking nobody was... Mundus was doing it in the first game.
Was Virgil ever this, like...
all those
evil?
It feels like there was this. It feels like there was this huge
the third
build-up.
game, which is basically the first game. He's trying to open the gates to hell. He's trying to undo Sparta's work by killing Dante and taking the necklace he had to open the seal.
It feels like there was this huge.
That's the entire plot of 3.
This huge build-up for getting all this power that really didn't mean anything in the end. He wasn't all powerful.
He's just trying to restore himself.
It meant nothing in the end. It meant nothing. And then this huge, apocalyptic event that happened with all these millions of people dead, in the end meant nothing. And this huge build-up turned into just like this.
Humans don't mean anything.
Man, it's just Virgil and Dante at it again.
Yeah, that's just those guys.
Just those fuckers. That's what happens. Millions of people die. Just every other day. It's just what happens with them. And now we have another Devil May Cry.
You don't know that it's millions.
With just another fucking ineffective ending. Like, nothing changed. There was nothing gained through this whole journey. Nothing lost.
They stopped the Qyphoth from going out of control.
Yeah, but the whole reason that happened was because Virgil wanted to become more powerful than Dante, but that didn't fucking happen, and we're just left with nothing. You're left with nothing. Nothing changed besides thousands or millions of people dead. That's the only thing that changed, and now fucking Nero has a daddy.
That's fine.
Now.
Yeah,
that's the only.
Nero
thing
has
changed.
a dad. Cam. Aren't you happy for him?
I feel like it was just a lot of build up to a huge letdown at the end. Nothing happened.
They fought though, Cam. That's what happened.
But no one won.
They found each other. That's what happened.
And
got
it's
a
just like
daddy now.
the fucking cheese. Oh, the family's all back together. Guess we gotta stop fighting now.
That's the cheese,
I mean-
not the fucking trailer trash chick breaking into
Oh,
the
that's when
buildings
you
and
knew.
shit.
That's when you knew the cheese pot was fucking deep.
That's when the cheese pot overflowed.
That ladle's fucking.
Thy cheeseth
going to
over.
the
Thy
bottom.
cheese overfloweth.
That
Jeez.
cheese runneth over.
And
Yeah,
the whole
thy
scene
cheese
with the
runneth
van
over.
tumbling through the air, and she does their fucking like fish faces. Her lips are like groping after the cigarette.
I actually loved that scene. I thought it was great.
It was great. I love the warning on the bottom of that too. It's like this game does not condone smoking.
I mean, the cancer you get from smoking might be more bearable than the fucking watching that story.
Man, I feel like you're hating on it unnecessarily.
Unnecessarily, like the gameplay was fun. The story was fucking shit.
The
I mean,
story is shallow, Cam.
Yes,
It's a
very
fucking
shallow.
Devil May Cry game. It's literally just like shitty 90s action
I
movie.
mean, it is called Devil May Cry. I mean, what do you want?
Like
a fucking
none of
dumb
those
name.
games have had like any expansive or deep storytelling except for like the fucking reboot, and
Like-
everyone hated that for no reason.
Devil May Cry, Resident Evil. Those are such shitty names. Like, they really are. Capcom is just awful. Mega Man is kind of a shit name, but that one works. You know, like
I mean,
just feel
his,
like-
his name is Rockman in
I just
in
feel like
Japan
the amount of
because like
build-up that
all
they
the
had
enemies are in
could
him
have
are based
had
off music.
could have had a better payoff in the end. I just feel like what you get at the end of the game doesn't justify all the build-up. It just doesn't.
yeah, it does kind of throw away a lot of that stuff.
And
It's
then
like-
if I would have been better about it, feeling better about it, if the brother Virgil was still this great evil that they had to go hunt down. Like, he gets away because
I mean,
he can't,
that's why they're
because he
fighting.
can't face off Nero. So if it was Nero joins Dante to help take down his father because Virgil's now more powerful because he ate the fruit of the tree, and it took both the
they
power
both
of
had to
Dante
go because-
and the power of Nero to now face off with Virgil, and then they both of them together can actually fight Virgil now, and then they kick him off.
They leave Nero
And
behind
then
so he can
they could
defend
have
humanity.
They could have left the
and
loose end with them
Virgil
still
doesn't want Nero to die.
Quiet.
And so they just go and fight because that's what they do.
I think that would have been better to have the son come to terms that yes, he has a dad, but his dad's fucking evil and he needs to die. And both him and Dante now need to face him because he did eat the fruit of the tree, and now he's super fucking strong. And it takes both of them to fight him, and that would have been a much more climactic end. And then with Virgil just barely making off, and then Dante needs to go down back into hell to take down the tree. That would have been a better ending than those fucking brothers, man. You can't fight. No one's dying here. Yeah, besides the fucking millions you already did.
I feel like you're asking for too much.
Just a slight change at the end of the game would have had much more impactful emotional ending.
There would have to be character
Nero.
development for that.
For Nero, that would have been more character development for Nero of him finding out he has a dad and his dad's evil, and so he needs to help Dante destroy the evil dad.
I mean, he kind of does.
No, he doesn't. He's like, I'm gonna bitch slap you both.
Oh,
I'm breaking up a fucking recess fight at the fucking elementary school.
And then he goes and fights his dad.
It's like a fucking bully and this badass wannabe fighting each other on a pile of dead kindergarten bodies, and this one other
Jesus.
kindergartner kid comes up and slaps them both. Stop fighting, guys!
I feel like maybe you'll get what you want in Devil May Cry 6. Who knows? But it's still
It
like,
just- it amounted
I feel
to
like you're
nothing.
seeking. I feel like you're seeking deeper meaning from
I'm
a
just
Devil May
seeking
Cry
a better
game.
ending than just those two guys are at it again.
Dude, I love Devil May Cry, but it's so shallow. You shouldn't expect anything.
It just makes it seem like the gravity of that city being overrun and everyone dying and all the human blood. Like they try to make that really important, but at the
No,
end,
they don't.
At the end, they just
not
blow
care.
it off.
They do not care, dude. There's so many people that die in every single Devil May Cry game, and it is like the least focused on thing in the world.
yeah,
Like
I-
a fucking giant ass tower just pops up in the middle of this huge city in Devil May Cry 3, and it kills a bunch of people, and that is zero focus.
Okay, yeah, well.
Demons running out throughout the city, killing millions of people, and it's fine.
Cameron just wants more of a... I mean, Darksiders is very
I would have been
this.
fine
Darksiders.
with the rest of the story if they ended it better.
Darksiders is a little different.
And we see a lot of people dying in Darksiders. But again, it's
Everyone
kinda
dies.
similar.
Every human dies.
Yeah, it is the rapture, huh? In Darksiders, though, it's kind of similar, though, because it doesn't really focus on any of that.
Yeah. Human life means nothing.
Yeah, so that's kind of how you have to approach
Yeah, but the
Devil
whole
May Cry.
point of the Devil Hunters and Devil May Cry is to protect humanity from devils.
No, it's to make
And they
money.
don't care.
No, they don't care about that. It's money. He has a fucking business where he kills demons. If demons keep killing people, it means he's going to keep having business.
Yeah, but if the demons kill everyone, there's no business to be had. It's
Yeah.
capitalism 101.
But it's only one city, and then they go and stop the fucking tree from going wild. Cam, see? They did what they were supposed to.
But if it's all
no,
for
they're
money...
supposed to kill Dante. I mean, they're supposed to kill Virgil. That's what they were supposed to
And
do.
that's why Dante is fighting Virgil. He's trying to kill
No,
him.
he's not. He's
Yeah,
having
he
a
is.
fucking grand old time with Virgil
He's tr-
down in hell.
He tries to kill Virgil all the time. He tried 2 and 3. He tried 2 and 1, and he tries 2 and 5.
No, they were having brotherly moments down there.
No, there's no brotherly moments.
Yes, that's what it was all about.
It was a tender farewell.
They
that's
just
gonna
they
last
just
for 100
enjoy
years.
fighting each other until they kill each other.
And then the whole thing with Virgil,
Are you
he's the
trying
whole
to
he's the whole reason the tree exists, and now he's going to go down in hell and cut down the roots.
Yeah, because it's going wild and he doesn't want Nero to die.
Fuck that. Fuck all that. Stupid. So fucking stupid.
I thought the story was fine. I honestly, there were a few moments where I was like, wait, what the fuck am I doing right now?
see that.
Like, what's
You
going
can't-
on?
You can't see how anticlimactic that ending was.
I thought it was kind of fun. I mean,
I enjoyed it.
I don't know.
But the whole bitch slap moment with Nero, do you think that was kind of stupid?
Dude,
Well,
it's a series full of cheese. Like, I accepted it wholeheartedly.
Now, see, another ending to this would have been better. Is now the three of them become the overlords of Earth. That would be something I could get behind. How life means nothing to them, and they're just going to take over Earth, and then they have all the money they could ever fucking want.
But Dante's not like that.
I thought you just said he was, though.
He doesn't want to fucking take over.
Well, but if he does it for money, and now he just doesn't need money. If everyone's dead, who's going to make his pizza?
Well, I mean, if
Yeah,
he
you
was
get
just
Tris to make his
the
pizza?
overlord, all he would have is fucking strawberry ice cream and fucking pizza. That's all he cares about.
Cameron's so mad over here. He's so disappointed.
I feel like maybe you should play some more
expect-
Devil May Cry games, then come back to 5, and then see if your opinion changes at all.
It's not my favorite Devil May Cry game.
Okay.
But it is my second favorite.
That was my fucking 2 cents.
All right, so what would you give it, Game?
Story wise,
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't feel influenced by us at all.
I feel like it's teetering on the border of a 5 or a 6.
I mean, how mad at it are you, Cameron?
It's not me being mad at it has no hold on what score it deserves.
But what does it deserve?
It deserves a 6.
just-
It deserves
just
a
from-
6.
Did it get the 6 because instead of the 5 because of that moment where Nico gives Dante the hat and she has that moment where she like meets her hero?
Yeah, the hero moment.
It's
I mean,
fucking
it
sweet.
adds some depth to that, and the fucking
Although
Michael
they
Jackson
never
dance.
mentioned that except for in like that one book that I read.
No,
So
I don't
the
extra point does not
understand-
come from that.
I don't understand why they like injected that in there.
Me neither. And I thought it was the Michael Jackson dance and like the little mini scenes you get when he finds new weapons. I think that's cool.
He does
So-
that in like every game when he
Yeah.
gets a new weapon. It's fucking awesome.
I feel like that's more just like the style of the game than it is anything to do with story. So.
Yeah, it's cheese. It's great.
I'm going to give it a 7. I thought it was fun. I thought it was pretty standard for the most part. And I kind of see where Cameron's coming from with the ending, but I
was
enjoyed
so let down.
it.
The ending was nothing special.
I like the dialogue. I thought the characters were all really well done, honestly, and I think the voice acting for
Yeah,
the
but
characters
that's
works,
its own
but-
fucking category for a reason.
No, it's part of story. The characters.
dialogue and
No,
sound and
well,
stuff?
no, that's yeah.
Well, I mean, dialogue is technically part of the story, but not.
I liked the characters in the game. I thought they were all pretty well rounded, and I could see why it could be frustrating for them to have that ending. And it doesn't really accomplish anything. You're right.
It makes
The
you
game-
feel like the whole time you're progressing with Nero, getting him stronger, and then the time you spend developing the story with V to find the other side of the story, and then getting back to the powerful Dante on all that build-up just feels like it was really for nothing in the end. It really amounts to fucking nothing. All that grinding to get powers and stuff like that, all it does is service the gameplay, not the story.
Just be glad it wasn't Devil May Cry 4. Because literally, like, the first half of the game is you playing through as Nero, and then the second half is you playing the reverse as Dante.
yeah, 2 did that too. It was fucking stupid. It was so bad.
Okay. Then I probably won't be kind to those games either.
Yeah, you probably like DMC though.
Yeah,
I mean,
you could,
that's
you
fun.
could, yeah. DMC is great.
That one's cheesy too, but
I
not
mean,
It
nearly.
is cheesy.
I mean,
It's
everyone's
cheesy in a different way.
Going to compare these games to God of War just because they're the same type of games.
God of War is way better than these.
Yeah, it's just like
God
it's
of
not
War
even
has
comparable.
like a story though.
This is Caleb. This is Craig's. Craig does this. So there's 2 great series out there, right? There's God of War, and then there's Devil May Cry, and then there's Grand Theft Auto, and then there's Saints Row. If it's the cheesy ass one, Craig's gonna be all about it. If it's the legit as fuck one, that's also really funny.
That's
sometimes.
not necessarily true. As a
I'm
series,
gonna be
God of
for
War
it.
is way better.
No, dude.
I do really enjoy the
dude,
gameplay
I'm
of Devil May
fucking
Cry,
this guy
though.
with a dildo. This game's amazing.
Yeah, fucking Saints Row is way better than Grand Theft Auto.
I found a fucking double-edged dildo in the fucking female bathroom, or no, the male bathroom, I think, in the police station in San Andreas, and I beat a guy to death with
San
it.
Andreas is a great one.
I beat a guy who was in his boxers with it, and I walked into the fucking... Oh, dude, I think I got a fucking chainsaw with a penis on the end, and that was
A
something.
chainsaw with a penis?
Yeah, and I walked around with a gimp suit, and I had that.
How do you get a chainsaw with a penis?
I think... No, it wasn't the penis.
It would
I-
have to be like a jackhammer or something.
Yeah. I brought my gimp suit into the sex shop with a chainsaw, and I started killing people. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing. But yeah, Craig will always be the one that's all about the camp ass motherfuckers.
You enjoyed
spite-
you enjoyed Devil May Cry, and you
No, I
enjoyed
do,
fucking. I mean, I just enjoy it. Like that's what it is. It is my. I just really enjoy it.
That's
I
his-
also really liked fucking God of War.
Like
It's
like,
home for Craig. Is
just
what it
just
is.
small changes to the ending of this game, and story would have been an 8.
I mean, I love Devil May Cry because it does things that God of War can't. Like, God of War can't get away with a fucking dual-wielding motorcycle weapon. He can't get away with a fucking Michael Jackson hat. Like, only Devil May Cry.
That's true. There's
yeah,
like
but
3
I'm
jokes
asking for
in the
just a
entire
slightly
series.
like a slightly better ending. That's all I'm asking for. An ending that makes sense with what's happened in the rest of the game. That's all I'm asking for. An ending that makes sense. You can keep your campy ass fucking weapons. You can keep campy dialogue. But then an ending that makes sense also should just fucking be a part of the game.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I really
And then
can.
it would have been a great like relief to go play that after all the heavy seriousness from fucking God of War. That's all I'm asking for.
But you're trying to inject heavy seriousness into a game that's cheese.
I just want an ending that makes sense. That's all I want.
It makes sense. You just
I
gotta
don't
not
want-
think about it in the depths that you're thinking about it.
Aren't we supposed to though? Isn't that what we're here for?
I mean, if you're trying to inject as
well, the
it's-
game
it's like-
itself
it's
tries
like
to bring
asking-
seriousness
it's
to,
like
to
asking-
itself as well.
but it's more like asking for more seriousness in a fucking comedy. That's like basically what you're asking for.
Great comedies know how to mix seriousness with levity, and that makes the funnier moments that much more funny.
I know, but like imagine the first time that you watched The Hangover. If like they made everything super serious, it wouldn't have been that funny.
I'm not asking for that, but The Hangover had an ending that made sense with the rest of the movie.
I mean, it did, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But so does Devil May Cry 5. You're just thinking about it.
though?
You're just thinking about it in weird terms. You're
In
like,
weird terms, like
Yes.
an ending that I would expect from what happened from the rest of the game.
all right, Cam.
Weird
No.
terms.
Your weird terms are like you want fucking like extra character development in the fact that you're like, oh, I want this character that I've known for 2 seconds to like reconcile with his father. That he's like
he's
evil.
trying to reconcile with his father.
It's
This
like,
game.
oh,
I just learned how to
this
dad. I'm
other
going to stop their fighting.
just this other shit. It's like he just wants to know what's going on. That's all he stopped it for. He's like, what the fuck? Like he found out that his dad was the fucking evil thing that they've been fighting the whole time.
And now he wants
and
to
then
stop fighting
Dante's
so he
like,
can have
all
a
right,
dad moment with him?
now he takes him out of the fight, and then it's just Dante for the rest of the game. And fucking Nero is like, well, what the fuck? I want to know what's happening here. And that's why he stops them from killing each other, because he's like, what the fuck?
What if they got Ray Romano to voice Dante?
That would
the
probably be
The
hilarious.
guy kind of sort
but-
of sounds like Ray Romano already. Like, would you have been more okay with the cheesy, shitty ending? It would have been Ray
And
Romano.
then
like,
Virgil sounds like Gilbert Gottfried.
That would be awesome.
yeah.
But I'd give the story a 7 as well. It's because like it is pretty average, but I enjoyed it.
God, that'd be awesome. Like V sounds like Jim Gaffigan. It's just like all these like comedian slash.
Oh man, V is so fucking edgelord.
Yeah, it's painful.
I mean, I love fucking just like letting my like Griffin and Shadow just tear shit apart while he's like sitting there reading poetry.
So yeah,
He wasn't so much born as he just came into being
Yeah.
in Hot Topic. Like just one day he was just there.
he was birthed in a Hot Topic, and he's like, "What clothes can I get out of here?"
It's like the fucking Hot Topic is the petri dish for V, and they got the temperature just right. They got the Pink Floyd shirt in with the fucking bullet for my Valentine shirt, and like he just fucking came. He just like
oh man, such a good description. I can't even argue with that. But when it comes to gameplay, though, I would definitely put Nero as my least favorite to play, then V, and then Dante.
See, I liked Nero a lot in the beginning, but then when I started playing as V, I was like,
And
whoa,
those
this is
combos
weird.
are just so nice to execute, and then knowing when to fucking send V himself in to go, finish someone off, and
Yeah.
then when you get your other abilities to take control of the nightmare and stuff, and then oh man, the battles as V, the battle is the orchestra, and you're the conductor of the battle.
V.
That is such a different feeling for a hack and slash game where you're just the conductor of the battle.
Yeah,
And
you're
then-
like hack and slash team manager.
and then when you're playing Nero, you do feel like you're playing a GIMP in a fucking hack and slash game.
Yeah, I liked it at first because it felt similar to DMC for about 2 seconds when I'm like pulling myself to him, but the combos just weren't very exciting.
Combos don't flow as well, and then with the
It
arms,
depends. Like, yeah, you have to use the devil
you
arms
can't-
a lot
you
in order to
can't-
change up his
one
gameplay.
thing that I feel like would have made Nero's gameplay better would be the ability to switch the arm you're doing without destroying it. If you can actually just fucking pick which arm you want to use in a certain engagement, that would have been so much better. The arms can still get destroyed if you get hit while your arm is doing its thing. The arms could have more of a durability where you can switch back and forth between arms, but using them will use them up, and then you can pick up extra arms along the way. The fact that you can't switch the arm to what engagement you need it for, and then just like how Dante can switch to his weapons just by pulling on the right trigger, why not just do the same thing with fucking Nero's arms?
Yeah.
That alone would have added extra depth to the gameplay of Nero.
Yeah, you could have done a lot of really cool combos with those arms.
Exactly.
Like, in the air, just switching between arms and doing like brutal
Exactly. That's like that would have made his gameplay so much better. But
Yeah.
as it is, he was my least favorite character to play. V was awesome because you're the fucking the orchestra conductor of the battle. And then when you get into Dante's shoes, oh man, it's like this is what it's fucking meant to be.
Yeah.
This is Devil May Cry.
I loved playing as V, but I agree. At the end, I was like, Dante's probably the best. But V, it's so weird how well they made
exactly. I was
his
kind
character play.
Like he doesn't actually fight. Then how does it? No, he has to actually do the killing blow. That's weird. But then once you get into it and start the combos start flowing from the fucking dude.
From the bird and the
Charging Griffin's lightning attacks, and then
yeah.
Oh man,
It got really fun.
And then it's so easy to get your triple S rating with playing as V.
Oh yeah, it's fucking nothing. You can just spam those because you just keep hitting them with the combo, and then until you kill them, it's not over.
Yep.
And it's just fucking. It was great, and the
Dante,
killing moves are
though,
cool too.
The depth of gameplay that Dante's able to do is it's like so deep because all the different fighting styles he has that you can mix with the different weapons he has, and like when you're like a while into a battle with Dante, it's like your hand's starting to cramp up from all the fucking combos that you have to be doing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good stuff, and the other games don't have that that I know of, where you can switch between your weapon sets, and then you have like a stance. The stance thing, I think, is new to 5, isn't it?
That is the entire style of 3. They made it a lot smoother and faster for 5, but that is all of 3's gameplay.
Oh, really? I guess I only played like...
You should go back and play 3.
Wasn't there like a boat?
3 is fantastic.
Or something in 3 near the beginning? Or no, it was just I was fighting in his office.
3, it's the office, and then he goes to the tower.
Yeah, because I played like 10 minutes of that, and then I started Resident Evil 4.
And you get that Cerberus weapon that you get with Dante. You get that in like the beginning of 3.
Yeah,
just like the flow from weapon to weapon as Dante, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah,
you knock someone up in the air with his sword and stuff. And he has his other ghost swords fighting, and then you switch to the fucking motorcycle and run them over in midair to then land to split the motorcycle in half to just do a wave of destruction in the middle of all the enemies, to then switch to the fucking boots and then do the fucking spinny move with his feet going everywhere and kicking everyone. Oh man, it's just Dante is just destruction personified.
The fucking guns, the shotgun,
and the fucking dual rocket launcher.
Dual rocket launchers. Oh man,
I remember that from 1.
I mean,
like, rockets
if you want to
overpowered.
see this game as a not serious but amazingly fun game, then just have Dante be the whole.
Did you do the
thing.
fucking charge blast for the double rocket launcher?
I never.
He puts them together into one.
He puts them together, so it's like a
skill.
fucking massive barrel. I think it just gives it to you, but you can level it up.
Okay.
But yeah, he could it's one fucking massive thing, and it shoots like this huge beam, and it fucking does so much damage. It insta kills all lower level enemies basically.
It's and in boss fights, if you just want to get it over with, you just
in boss fights, it does like a huge chunk off of them. It's fucking awesome.
That's basically how I beat the first Devil May Cry game. Once I got the rocket launcher, I was like, "Fuck!"
It's a
pistols.
grenade launcher in 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Once I got the grenade
3
launcher,
has a missile launcher.
I just didn't use the pistols anymore. As cool as the pistols were, I was like, no.
Yeah,
this is damage.
Yeah, grenade launcher is king.
Just the depth of gameplay with Dante. It takes a while to know what you can do. Did
you mess around with the stances at all?
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah, Gunslinger allows you to do some fucking crazy shit with the weapon, the guns.
There's some stances I didn't use as much. I tend to trade between Rose Guard and Sword the most.
The Royal Guard and the Sword.
Guard,
yeah. Trickster allows you to do some fucking sweet dodges, but the other ones are fucking sweet.
Yeah, I feel like there's a real high skill level cap you can get with Dante, but at the base level, it's just amazing. So.
Yeah, I got pretty good at swapping to the trickster thing, dodging out of the way, and then going into the gun mode, switching out for the gun, and doing a couple hits, and then diving back in.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I wish he had a little more of is pulling moves.
Yeah.
So I wish he had something kind of
the Devil Bringer thing like Nero has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like Nero where you can kind of pull.
And then even V can teleport right in.
Dante, he doesn't really have those kinds of moves, but you can use the Stinger with his the Rebellion or the Devil Blade, where he just jettisons forward and stabs him.
Yeah.
And then the Cavalier, motorcycle weapon, he has a thing where he can like it drives forward.
Yeah, that
but
was awesome. I use that to walk sometimes.
It drives forward, but there's such a long animation of him getting off of it at the end. I don't know if it's actually faster.
Yeah, it feels like it, but I agree.
But it's for getting to enemies.
I mean,
it's not
even-
quite on the level of like the Devil Bringer, but
Even,
he has those kinds of moves.
Even Nero with the rocket punch arm, you can actually ride that around. And it's actually quite fast to do that. So if you ride it too long, though, it explodes.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how they did that. The motorcycle weapon was like so over the top, but it was so fucking fun to use.
It's satisfying.
It's
as fuck.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
just
when you
fucking-
execute that combo just right, oh man, that motorcycle.
Especially when he like leaves the wheel on him, so it's like burning rubber on their face. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah, I love just doing the slash hopping on that fucker and just running dudes over. God, it's ridiculously fun.
Yeah, the only part that I feel like they messed up with gameplay again is just Nero's the Devil Breaker arms. That's the only
Yeah,
shortcoming.
because like when you start
I can
using them,
see.
you just run out of them. Like
Yeah.
you just blow through them.
And,
I mean, it is nice that they have random ones all over the map
Yeah.
and that you can buy new
But see,
ones.
just because they have
being
random
able to
ones,
switch
because
would be
the
way
ones
better.
you find on the map are indeed random, and then when you pick up an arm you aren't that familiar with, like for me the ragtime arm where it slows down time in a specific bubble, to me felt like such an interruption in my combos that I'm used to. It would have been really cool to do the ragtime thing where you're freezing time for an enemy in space, then quickly switch to the punchline arm to then do that fucking punch combo where it's all flying punching on its own. Dude, the combos you can execute with arms, that would have been awesome to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And that's just an element of gameplay I feel like is missing for Nero, is just the ability to switch through your magazine without
You get
destroying the arm.
Yeah, you get some fucking sweet ones with the DLCs that I have. Like there's a banana one.
I saw you had
and then-
a Mega Man arm.
Yeah, the Mega Man arm is fucking awesome. when you use the blast move, it just like has this giant fucking Mega Man charge blast that he just releases until it explodes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is that like a variation on the Buster arm?
Kind of.
Craig
But
and
it's
your
better.
pay to win. fucking
I bought
DLC
I bought the deluxe edition and it came with that.
okay.
Yeah.
You and your fucking pig chick in
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight,
Dude.
and your fucking Mega Man, you fucking cheating bastard.
It's hardly cheating. They weren't
Fuck
like
you.
they weren't like fucking OP.
Oh yeah, the pig wasn't OP.
The pig-
Come on.
She's
Girl,
not fucking OP.
she was
all right?
OP
I don't
in the
even know
fact-
how to use her fucking jigsaw ability.
That's how I know
thing.
she's OP. You don't even know how to use her, and you're fucking wiping the floor with
It was because she was faster than the survivors, like a good deal faster.
Yeah, that's like the whole point. Is the killer's slow? The killer just has to fuck you.
Well, fucking
The
Kang
killers
had
are all
like Mike
faster.
Myers, and he gets fucking bullshit fast when he's like right behind
the
you.
Mike Myers thing is he can see where you're at depending on what fucking things you bring with you, and then once he's quiet in his stalking mode, you don't hear him approaching. That's what makes him OP. Is you don't hear him looking at you, and you don't hear him getting closer until it's too fucking late.
Yeah. I like this game a lot, though. I really enjoyed playing it. I do think I agree with Cameron's gameplay play style rankings.
Yeah.
The V was just so... I'm just so impressed with that. Just how well
I thought
they
it was
going to
be
work.
cheesy and just kind of gimmicky, but no, in the end, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You feel like you are in control of every engagement.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you're totally on the sidelines, and you just basically have to walk around the enemies trying to attack you, you know? And it was a lot of fun.
I never got to use his one move you can buy where he makes the canes come from everywhere to kill everyone at once. I feel like that would have been such a satisfying move to have.
Oh yeah, his one ultimate skill or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. That'd be awesome, though. Just mop the floor with everyone at once.
Did you
Yep.
guys start doing like the taunts and shit?
I started to as soon as I figured out it was the fucking touchpad and not the down arrow.
Yeah, you gotta like swipe the touchpad down.
It's stupid.
Yeah, the touchpad's kind of gimmicky.
Did you ever do that twice?
I don't think so.
It's a
no.
great way if you find a gap inside the
especially if you're
gameplay
play-
to do it.
Yeah, if you're playing as Nero, he gets he can charge his Red Queen while he's doing the taunt thing.
Oh, okay.
And so it's a great way if you feel like
Plus
you're going to miss a beat with your combos to throw in a taunt because it keeps your style rating going up when you do that.
Yeah.
And it can actually increase it by a good chunk if you do it really well.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
if you perfectly time it, it like boosts it, and then you get like the red queen.
Yeah, so
with
this
red
game is
queen
all
charge.
about, it's a hack and slash, but it's all about using every tool you have in your kit stylishly.
Yeah,
And so
Yeah.
if you time things perfectly, that's what really jacks things up. So it's all about very stylish.
yeah.
Dude,
It loves building up the style.
This is Style Points 101 right here. That's what this game is all about.
It's
That's what it's
what
always
the
been
entire
about.
series has been about, is fucking using all of the abilities to your advantage to combo and make the gameplay look so fanciful while you're doing it, so that it looks fucking sweet.
I think they took
and
a
it
lot.
feels really satisfying.
I think they took a lot from the sexy points in Rising Zan, the samurai gunman. Like,
Oh yeah,
I think they took a lot from that game. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's pretty fucking similar. A dude that's a samurai and also a gunman, and it's all about getting like sexy points and shit as you play through the levels.
well, who was the director for that?
I don't fucking know, man. I like no one's played that fucking game, but it's awesome.
Can you feel the roots for Bayonetta and in Devil May Cry?
Yeah,
Because it's the same director.
yeah, I can feel it. It's Bayonetta's way more over the top though, which is crazy.
It does get over the top, yeah.
And Bayonetta's way more sexualized too, but it's because she's a woman. It's a Japanese game. Yeah, though I thought it was a lot of fun to play. There aren't really collectibles in this game, as far as I know. I didn't really see anything.
I don't know. I found the one rocket launcher like randomly. I don't know if there's any other hidden items that you can go find. I do know that there's the secret missions that you can go
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Did you guys do any of those?
I did all the ones I could find. I don't know. I think it was like 7.
Yeah, the
or
ones I
so.
could find. I only found 3 of them, so...
Yeah, there were some that I could see, but I couldn't get to, and I was like, got to move on.
I found a couple that I couldn't do. Some of them were like
I couldn't
fucking
do the
bullshit.
one. I couldn't do the one where you can't touch the ground.
Oh yeah, that one's really fucking hard.
Yeah, I couldn't do that one in Bayonetta either. That's some of them. Yeah, they're just kind of unforgiving with their brutality.
Yeah,
But yeah, I did what I could find. There's not a whole lot of exploration in the game either. It's pretty linear for the most part, which is fine. I feel like it was more linear than DMC though. Personally, 'Cause DMC had like bigger open areas.
It had open areas, but it was just as linear. I mean, there weren't that many like offshoots, and when you did, it was just like a little thing that would lead you to one of those lost souls.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, most games have like a lot of linearity. It's just hidden.
Yeah, the DMC, the reboot had more collectibles like the lost souls and things, but yeah, it's about the same.
Yeah, there's a Bloody Palace mode once you beat the game, which is like an endless arena, basically. I didn't
Hell
mess
yeah.
around with that in this one.
They always have the Bloody Palace. It's fucking great.
yeah, I haven't gone back to try that yet.
But
It's just for like survival mode, basically. You just get like this little arena, and then you just fight in it until it's for as long as you can. It gives you like a shitload of blood orbs. This is how you're supposed to grind the blood orbs for the campaign, basically.
yeah,
Or you can just fucking pull out your credit card.
Yeah, or you can just buy it because you know
And
that's
fucking
that's
buy
the-
red orbs. You can
that's
buy
the-
100,000 of them at a time.
That's
I was-
the style now.
I was like, wonder how expensive this is. And I looked at it and I was like, it's not that bad. If it weren't, pretend orbs that I could get it in the game. But yeah, that was bizarre. It's like it's fucking.
If you want to pay to have all the abilities instead of grinding them out, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would have taken that long to grind them out either, honestly. But
Yeah, plus it would give you a boost because you can buy those like vitality and devil trigger or things to improve your max.
I never had difficulty fighting like the golden orbs and stuff.
I guess those are kind of the collectibles, huh?
Well, I mean, the golden orbs just make it so that you can fucking restart from the fight or whatever you're on. They also give you one like every time you log in, so they're not really.
Did you guys die in this game?
Oh,
really at
the
all?
other collectibles
Couple
would
times.
be like the blue orbs for your improving how much health you have,
Yeah, yeah.
and the devil trigger ones.
I died a few times when I was getting V's abilities back because I like turned the game on.
Oh, I didn't die at that point, but I did die as Nero a couple times.
My first playthrough, I didn't die at all. My second playthrough on the harder difficulty was quite a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially that Virgil fight, dude. It is way harder. Way harder.
I believe it. That was a really hard fight against Virgil.
That's
at the
also
end.
another thing that bothers me about the story. He's more powerful as Virgil.
It's just a more satisfying fight, Cam. I don't know what your problem is.
It doesn't really make sense in the confines of the game.
Not
That's
at
what
all.
his problem is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good to have a great and tough final boss.
I mean, he's actually using the Yamato. Like, that's just improves his power. Just like the Rebellion improves Dante's.
yeah.
He wasn't actually using
Makes
it
them
as
even.
fucking Urizen.
And they both have the same fucking devil trigger form.
Just saying. They don't, it's not the exact same.
It's
They're-
the
there's
exact
a different.
same.
It's not. They're
Yeah,
different.
they're different because one's blue and one's red.
No, they're not. Their design is different. It is. You have to look at it. It's different.
I don't know.
You just have to look with your eyes, dude.
Go
Yeah,
pull it
seriously.
up.
Look with your eyes.
Do just like Google Virgil devil trigger form and Dante
I
devil
can
trigger
show you
form.
right now. Its devil trigger form is called Nilo Angelo, and it looks nothing like Dante's.
They got
Nilo
the same
Angelo?
wings.
Yes.
Anyways,
Why would they call it that, Craig?
I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things to be had in this game. More higher difficulty modes to play. Bloody Palace. A bunch of extra stuff. And it would be fun to unlock the abilities and see how these characters play when you have everything taken care of. Craig, what would you give gameplay for Devil May Cry 5?
I would give it a 9. It's really fucking satisfying. The only problems I had was I don't know how I feel about the Devil Breakers system that they added for Nero. I don't think it adds enough change to his gameplay. It feels really stagnant compared to like V and Dante. And in Devil May Cry 4, it just like really wasn't much. He like doesn't get any different weapons. He doesn't really get any other changes, and the fact that you can't like swap the arms really confines them to like one thing.
Yeah.
So it really kind of harms the gameplay in that aspect. And then there's like a couple other things, but that aren't really a huge problem.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9 as well. I think it's a really fun game to play. I think almost every play style is really good. I agree on God, I keep wanting to call
Nero?
him Virgil. Yeah, Nero's play style being a little bit slower. Yeah, it's pretty close. And I thought that while I was playing too. I loved how V controlled, and I loved how Dante played. So
And they're
it's a lot of
twins,
fun.
So it makes sense.
It's a lot of fun to play this game. So that's why I'm giving it a 9. What about you, Cameron?
yeah, 9's. I'm gonna echo that because the gameplay is the reason you play the game. It's very satisfying.
Yeah. Next category is sound and music. So voice acting, soundtrack, weapons, stuff like that. Like, what did you guys think of the sound? I kind of like the soundtrack in this game. I thought it fit the game pretty well. It was nice and heavy. And then the atmospheric stuff I thought was pretty good too. Voice acting I think is great.
Yeah,
across the board.
they did great voice acting. They had well delivered lines and stuff. Like everything was really great. Sound, or like the music at least. I don't know. I liked it, but at the same time, it kind of felt like you were only listening to like 2 or 3 songs.
Okay.
Especially when like you were doing the heavy fights. And you started getting your style points up, like it increases the volume of the music, and that's really fucking sweet.
Yeah, that was similar to Doom.
But yeah, it's similar to Doom, but
Not as awesome.
It just it's always like the same song for like the one character. It's like their theme song, and that's what it always boosts it. But like it's just I don't know. I would prefer a wider variety, and I know that they just barely added, for me at least, because it's DLC, the tracks from the other games, and I want to play through it again, hopefully with those in the background too. So that
Nice.
would be nice. But yeah, I think that music was a little sparse in this game.
Okay.
But everything else is fucking awesome. You can, like, when you're beating on people with the fucking motorcycle, you hear the revving of the motorcycle and the fucking tires squealing on people's fucking faces.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fucking awesome. And then, of course, the Michael Jackson dance scene. It's great.
Excellently choreographed.
Yeah, it was. It was. So ridiculous. I liked it. I liked the music. I thought it was decent. Great voice acting, like I said. The sound effects, everything sounded pretty good. No, like, weird sound glitches or anything like that. I think there might have been one scene that was, like, so fucking loud, and I couldn't hear what was going on, but I had subtitles on, so I know better now to not miss anything. But, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I am on sound and music. Music is all right. Some great stuff, some okay stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of really
They do
quiet
have some pretty
background stuff.
sweet metal songs when they, like, put their minds to it. But
Yeah, it's not DMC awesome though. Like it's.
I feel like
nowhere
Devil May
near.
Cry 3's theme was better than most of the ones in this one.
Yeah. What about you, Cameron? What do you think about sound and music?
I don't see anything blatantly wrong with them, and they're all really nice. Everything, voice acting was good. The sounds of everything were good, so I'd probably give it a 10. Sound and music.
All right. What about you, Craig?
I really liked the
sorry.
the heavy metal parts with Dante, giving him his very own feel that you didn't get with Virgil or Nero too. So, quite like that.
You know, playing as Dante is all around, like, the most satisfying experience.
Yeah, the music even too just cues right.
Like,
in
even
for
when you're
Dante.
like when you're playing as in Devil May Cry 4, they're just like, you know what? When you play as Dante, it'll be way better, and then it is.
we're gonna make a shit game for everything else other than Dante.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always satisfying to play as Dante. Devil May Cry 3 lets you play as Virgil when you unlock him, and that one's pretty sweet because you can also switch weapons. His style is similar to Dante's, but he has a lot of different shit, which is awesome. Like his guns, he has like laser swords that will float around him that you can, like, shoot off. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I did not play enough of that to know that. So, what about you, Craig? What are you going to give it?
For sound, an 8.
All right.
Yeah, music being the little bit of detractor.
All right, an 8 out of 10 for Craig. I am going to give it. I'm going to give it an 8 as well. No, you know what? I'm going to give it a 9. I'll split the difference. Some of the music is just kind of like whatever, but overall everything sounds really great, and it's a good game to play with the headphones in for those.
Yeah.
For the fucking, like, motorcycle kills and stuff like that. Just hearing their flesh just getting ripped apart.
Yeah, especially when, like, the music starts getting louder and louder as you can, like, do fucking sweet ass combos.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool hybrid of, like, Doom and
Devil May Cry has always done that, and I really like that they keep doing it.
Yeah, it's good. I like games that do that, like the dynamic sound. It's not nearly as impressive as Doom's, to be fair, but Doom's is also the greatest implementation of a soundtrack in a game I've ever heard. So, graphics and design. What do you guys think of the game's look? Do you like the design?
Did Cam give Sound of Music a rating?
Yeah.
You give it a 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Design? Oh, man, I don't know. I think I'll give it a 9. I don't know how I feel about the redesign for Nero. I think they
basically
just kind of made him look like Dante did in the DMC reboot.
Yeah,
They fused that version of Dante with, like, the old Nero, so I'm like, I don't know. It feels weird. And then I don't necessarily care for some of the design they had for some of the Devil Breakers they added for him. And then the weird scruff beard that they gave Dante.
Yeah, it looks a little different. I don't have anything to base it off of.
I don't know.
Dante's face wasn't 100%, like, it wasn't, I don't know. It was just off in a little bit, in a little way.
Yeah, it's everything looks great, though. I mean, I really enjoy, like, the weapons and shit. They all look, the animations they have for those are fucking sweet.
Yeah.
When you're flipping through the elements of the Cerberus is fucking awesome. the lightning, the fire staff, and then the ice shit. And like, oh man, it's all fucking sweet.
The only detractor for me is that being inside the Clyfoth, or whatever how you say it, just gets kind of boring after a while.
It kind of gets repetitive in some of the designs of the rooms and whatever.
It's like, did I go here or not? And the only way you know is because you get into another
And there's
fight.
a point in the Clyfoth as you're getting ready for the in battle, you can just skip a huge fucking portion of it just by dropping straight down. Just skip
Oh,
it.
yeah, when you fall all the way
Yeah.
down instead of going and grabbing everything along the way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I accidentally did that. I went back, though. But yeah, it does get a little repetitive at times. That's true.
I feel like that's just kind of what you're going to get in these games because it's all about just the fights and the gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the games have been basically centered in one place where the design doesn't really change that much. One was basically in a large castle that was on an island, and 3 is just in a fucking giant tower. So nothing really changes that much in that one.
Okay.
But the rooms do look a little different, but not to the point where it's more interesting.
All right. What are you going to give it, Cameron?
I think as far as design goes, the most character in a location you get is the fucking van.
Hell yeah.
The Devil May Cry van. And if you look on the outside of the design of it with the neon lights on one end and then the phone number on the other one, there's just another joke hidden in that. If you look at the phone number on the side of the van. Graphics and design, I'd probably give an 8.
All right. I am going to give it a 9 as well. I think it's a great looking game. I like the animations. Everything was really smooth. The art style is cool. The enemies look awesome.
Yeah, they do. Fucking Devil Trigger Sin. Just everything about that.
Yep.
Yeah. I liked the area layouts. I liked the... not layouts, just the designs, like the big fights and stuff like that. Those were really cool.
You can tell 100% when you're about to get into a fight just because the level opens up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's a kind of large or very large open room, there's going to be some shit going down in here. And yeah, overall, I think it's a pretty good looking, well put together game. All right, so the second and the second gameplay category for our reviews, replayability. How likely are you to replay Devil May Cry 5? Have you replayed it? Do you intend on it? What do you think?
I'm going to give it a 10. I have replayed it already on the higher difficulties. I want to keep doing that. I want to play through on Heaven and Hell. Insta-kill from everybody, and try not to get insta-killed by enemies with the one hit.
So you do insta-kill enemies, though?
Yeah, on Heaven and Hell you insta-kill enemies, but
It sounds
it's
like
also if you
it'd
get hit
be-
once, then you die too.
It sounds like playing that through as V would be super easy.
Oh yeah, I would imagine.
Because if it's insta-kill, you can do your teleport move, and does that insta-kill them too?
Yeah, any one hit will kill the enemies.
The risk would be you being in there, though.
Yeah, but if you're teleporting to enemy, it doesn't...
Yeah, that's true. That would be a lot of fun.
Does the
It's
instant?
super
I wonder.
overpowered.
Does the insta hit also affect your shadows or your?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
that
Get to
would
that
be
part.
way overpowered. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean,
Just do a strafe run and just kill everything in your way.
yeah.
Because you could just use Griffin and his just one shooting attack, and then you're just basically clearing
I mean,
everything
if you
out.
charge it to the max, and where it's the super wide lightning thing that it just way.
I mean, if it's all about
lay
one
waste.
hit instant kills, you're just going to focus on your quickest attacks. There's no reason to do your combos at that point.
it's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I want to play it in the higher difficulties. It's really plus the gameplay is really fucking satisfying. And then of course you get to keep all your shit when you go through the next level of difficulty because it's a new game plus every time.
Again, sorry, I'm just still thinking about insta-kill stuff. Playing as Nero and Dante, why would you use anything other than your guns?
I don't know. I don't know if the guns, unless it's the rocket launcher, would really do anything.
Huh. Okay.
Or you do the charge shot with the fucking ebony and ivory, shit like that. Or the blue rose. Yeah, I want to do the harder difficulties. I want to like play through the Bloody Palace. I want to unlock the unlimited forms for the characters, because they get the once you beat it on a certain difficulty, you get the costumes that will allow you to have infinite Devil Trigger. So you can just fucking like keep going with Devil Trigger Sin as Dante, which would be fucking amazing.
Sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, sounds like there's
fucking just like endless Bloody Palace, fucking Devil Trigger Sin.
yeah, just basic
For all of
unlock.
eternity.
I guess God mode for your character.
Essentially, I
How
mean, you
much
could
did
still
you-
die, but
How much
yeah.
was that DLC, Craig?
I
Your
don't
God
know.
mode DLC.
It's not the DLC. You can unlock it.
Come on, Craig. It's okay. We know you beat it first.
I did beat it first.
Before you purchased the $29.99 God mode DLC.
There's no God mode DLC. You
Go
gotta
through the game.
You got to beat the game on. I think Dante Must Die for that.
Oh, okay.
The super costumes.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. You play the game on the hardest difficulty and to unlock just the cheese mode afterwards, so.
Yeah, that's how you unlock it for the other games too. It's like you got to beat on the harder difficulty, and then you can have infinite Devil Trigger. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it an 8 on replayability. I didn't replay it. I rented it from Redbox, but I could see myself playing this game again. I think it's fun enough to do that. I think it's the second best Devil May Cry game that I played so far. I like it more than the original Devil May Cry, but I don't like it as much as DMC. The combat in DMC is just so smooth.
It's buttery smooth.
And but this is a really fun game. I liked a lot of the aspects of the game, but I didn't start it again, so I can't quite give it the 10 that Craig would, but I can see myself doing it if I had, a million hours to just do whatever.
I mean, it's a lot fucking shorter the second time around. Even on the harder difficulty, I fucking beat that game in like 6 hours. Because you get to keep all your shit with the New Game Plus.
That would make it way fast.
Yeah, you get to keep Nero's Devil Trigger, so you can just use the Devil Trigger from the very beginning, and you get to keep Devil Trigger Sin with Dante when you start playing as him too.
Nice. So
That's it makes
pretty
it
sweet.
way fucking faster.
And I wish I would have done the Bloody Palace, but I was like, there's not really a need if I'm not going to play the game again all the way through, because why collect orbs for a game that I'm not going to play the campaign?
Yeah, it's just a fun game mode.
Yeah, but I like what it is. I know what it is, the endless mode kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's always a fun addition. What about you, Cameron? What do you think of the replayability?
If I had the time to sit down and play it again, I think I would, but I don't think I would play it again seriously. So for me, I think replayability would probably be a 7.
All right, 7 out of 10. So recapping final thoughts on the game.
It's a really great experience, especially if you played the other Devil May Cry games. You get all the little nods to the previous games, like Shadow and Griffin being Virgil's little tools to use while in combat, and as you can remember them being like boss fights in the first game, just stuff like that. And then, of course, playing as Nero and Dante, and having that experience of playing as Dante with the Devil May Cry 3's kind of system.
Yeah.
It's just really satisfying overall. It's a Devil May Cry game.
I think it's a fun game. If you like hack and slash games, definitely this is one you should play and pick up and enjoy.
Yeah, I think if you like the series, or if you don't, I think you'll have a lot of fun playing it at the very least, even if you will have a couple gripes here and there with the story, because it's not perfect, but it is a lot of fun to play, and with hack and slash, that's pretty much what you're there for, is the playing of the game.
Yeah.
I know, like with God of War 2018, it's a little more of an intimate experience, so it's not as much of a hack and slash. That's where it's kind of more story based. This one is just the really fun, like fast paced slaughtering.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
Yeah, I feel like Devil May Cry, especially this one, would benefit from like story expansions. huge like story missions. Play through another like 6-hour campaign or whatever, just for more variety of playing through with gameplay.
For this game, I found myself playing through the game and then wanting to skip cutscenes just so I could get to the part where I'm playing the game again. And then looking through the levels and stuff, you're just like, I can't wait till the next fight I get into. And the game does a very good job about quickly getting you to the next fight.
And just play some Bloody Palace game.
It's well paced for sure.
I don't think I would survive very long with Bloody Palace just because my hand cramps up after playing the game for X amount of time.
Yeah.
So for Bloody Palace, can you choose who you play as?
I think so, yeah. I think you can choose your character.
Yes.
So is Dante.
Never have to play Nero ever again.
I mean, the Nero experience is a lot better when you can just go through with Devil Trigger.
When he's no longer a Gimp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I bet. And I may or may not find out about that.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do have the game. I mean, you could always play it again. So, recap the final scores here for Devil May Cry 5. Story, Cameron gave it a 6. Craig and I both gave it a 7. Gameplay, 9s across the board. Sound and music, Cameron gave it a 10. I gave it a 9. Craig gave it an 8. Graphics and design, Craig and I gave it 9s. Cameron gave it an 8. Replayability, 7 from Cam, 8 from me, 10 from Craig. That's a total of 40 out of 100 for Cameron, 42 out of 100 for me, and 43 out of 100 for Craig. A Nude Clan official 82 out of 100. If we added Craig's in, it would be 83 out of 100. And the Metacritic score is 88 out of 100 on PlayStation 4. So lowballed it a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Still in the ballpark.
Yeah, only a few points. Only a few points below. It's worth your time for sure. And I mean, I redboxed it, so that was awesome.
Yeah, if you love hack and slash games, Devil May Cry games, it's definitely worth it. And even if not, it's still a great game.
Yeah, there's still stuff to find here for you. Shit. Yeah, I think that's it for our review. Do we have a nomination we have to do here, Craig?
I don't know. I think you said last time that we would have one, but I don't know what it's for.
The correct answer was just a yes, Craig.
Oh.
Well,
I don't know what it's for.
Just say yes.
I don't know what you're fucking wanting from me.
I want you to say it.
Yes. Just say it, Craig.
I can't do it. I don't want to do it.
So this is that Craig being obstinate. This is what you come across.
Yeah.
Whenever there's something that makes him angry or obstinate for whatever reason, he never relents.
Yeah.
I mean, he's starting the
obdurate Craig.
No, it's Schweiss. Schweiss is doing this because he just wants to hear me say yes.
No, but Schweiss is the one who's going to fold. Just watch.
Oh, well, obviously.
Okay, so we have our nominees for the next Uber game.
Hell yeah.
For Nude Clan. I have nominated. It was my turn to do 2 nominees this week, and I am deciding to roll with Darkwood on the Switch and Metro Exodus.
When does that Darkwood come out?
I think it's out, or it comes out in the next 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
It's one of those 2.
All right. And then mine was Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay.
Nice. And then I'm going to do A Plague's Tale on PS4, but it comes out for Xbox and PC.
All right.
Switch?
Not Switch.
This is a solid set of games, I think. I'm interested to play all of these, to be honest. And we haven't had a fighting game on this podcast yet, have we?
No, I don't think so.
So, if you want a first time, that's the one.
I don't know. I have to play 11 to see how I feel about it, but I doubt it's going to be better than 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get to find out, Craig.
Hopefully it's better than 10.
Yeah, not a fan of that one.
Yeah, they did some stuff to Scorpion that I don't know if I have any forgiveness for.
Yeah. I don't remember. I think we played a lot of 9 and 10, so I'm not sure which is which. But, yeah, guys, go on and vote. You can vote at Nude Clan Podcast on Twitter, You can follow us there. You can tweet me and follow me at UFF Podcast.
Me at Obsidian Bar.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
And you can also support the show by A, continuing to listen, B, sending voicemails in for After Dark at 385-204-3921, C, giving us your cold, hard cash. Great ways to do that. You can support us by going to our Patreon. Special shout out and thank you to Justin Whitman and Depressed Planets for your recent pledges. Hopefully our podcast brings your depression down a little bit, Mr. Planets.
We would suggest Audible.
Yeah, we would a great way to counter depression is audibletrial.com/NudeClan, where you can sign up, listen to some audiobooks, get a month free. If it's not for you, we understand, but at least give it a try, and it gives us a couple bucks. It's a great way to do that. You can support us through our PayPal link on our website, or you can order stuff through our Amazon link. Every purchase you make gives us a small but very appreciated kickback through Amazon. All of that and so much more can be found on our website, nudeclan.net. Join the forums there. Join the conversation. Guys, until next time.
Enjoy the nude.
Time to get good.
Live always in the nude. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hog League Week 6 results and Week 7 matchups. First up on Week 6, we had Schweisticus versus the Scots Spot. This one was a close matchup, but me and my Schwettmeisters took the win with 246 points to Scott Spot's 231. Kind of a lower week for both of us. Top performer on his team, on Scott Spots, looks to be Fun to Mop with 119 points. And for myself, even though I finished a book, apparently that wasn't enough to give me the top spot in my league. We have Krenatol at the top with just under 100 points, 90 points on the week. Great job carrying the team to victory. Second matchup, Greg and the Bitches against Abrac Cracks the Whip. Greg and the Bitches living up to their name. They take a loss here, 290 points to Abrac's 422 points. So kind of a crushing defeat there for those guys. Abrac, the top performer on his team with 114 points. And, never mind. Alec 1020, actually, top performer with 170 points. Abrac slightly behind that. Craig and the Bitches, most of you guys didn't actually hog anything. But top performer, Craig himself, with 131 points. Great job, buddy. Great job, but it wasn't enough. Oh no, wasn't quite enough. Third matchup for the week, the Doesn't Counts versus A for last place. This one is going to be taken by A4 again. Ever since we started giving him too much shit about being last place, he has really started to come back. We got 126 points for Doesn't Count, with Jake himself being the top performer at 64 points on the week. And then, of course, the opponent, the winning team, A for last place, top performer, A for Extreme himself, with 115 for him, and then Simon Parker pulled in 184. So those are pretty good numbers. That right there is enough to beat me. And Felicia as well, pretty good score. So good job this week, guys. I'm glad you guys are starting to win a little bit more, because I felt like a real dick calling him A for last place, but he's no longer in last place. Next matchup, the undefeated Bill Matunica's Heroes versus the wonderful and renamed recently Thy Death Squad. This was a hell of a matchup this week, guys. Thy Death Squad loses the week with 982 points hogged. Thy Death Wife taking the mantle in first place, and Thy Death Sword not too far behind, each of them with around 200 points. But Matunica's Heroes, they scored 1,112 points this week, an insane amount. Excellent teamwork from you guys. The ones who hogged, damn near 200 points a pop. Great work, everyone. Matunica, Aerobeert, Stegarok, all of you guys crushing it this season. You guys have way more points than everyone else in the entire league, and it is because of that you guys are 6-0 now. Last matchup, Rominger's Rompers versus the Most Offensives. This one is going to be taken by Joe, fresh off the loss to Bill last week. Very devastating, but he easily drives back the Rompers with a total, guys, of 126 points. Real soft on the points. But Rominger's Rompers, 246. No, 246 to 424. Good job. Most Offensives, you guys really took it to them. I'm kind of sad how few points my team got. Top performer on that team, Kaoki, was just over 1,100. And then for Rominger's Rompers, we have probably Dylan and Keo live at home. Top performers, 100-ish points for each of those guys. So great work on the league this week, guys. Make sure you get in. You log your hog. It's hoggabe.herokuapp.com. And this week's matchups are as follows. Schwettmeisters against Matunica's Heroes. That's going to be fun. Craig and the Bitches against Rominger's Rompers. Abrat Cracks the Whip against A for last place. Chase versus Game, currently now known as Thy Death Squad, versus Scott's Spot. And the Doesn't Counts versus the Most Offensive. So guys, get in, log your shit, represent your team. Everyone watched Game of Thrones. Well, not everyone watched Game of Thrones. A lot of you guys watched Game of Thrones. Make sure you hog it. Get those points in for your team. You gotta help them out if you're going to be able to overcome some of these matches. Especially the Schwettmeisters against Bill and his goddamn heroes. It's too strong. We have to work together to defeat this evil across the lake. So guys, please join us. Join the fun. Join the points. We'll see you next time.